Hello guys and welcome to another log of Digimon Pendulum COLOR Winter Guardians, and for today's log, Cherrymon has evolved to Pinochimon. He's also known as Puppetmon in the English dub version. I actually prefer Pinochimon. I think it has a little more character to that name. Anyway, before we continue today's log, just have to say if you're a fan of Digimon or using virtual pets, you've come to the right channel because I document every Digimon that I raise and I upload at least twice a week. If you're interested in such content, go ahead and blast the like and subscribe button with Pinochimon's bullet hammer and turn on all notifications so you don't miss any of my uploads. Alright, let's get into today's log, Pinochimon. So Pinochimon is really cool. I like its name, but the English naming team decided to change it to Puppetmon. As usual, we start with etymology and origin of his name. So Pinochimon is basically just a slight corruption or misspelling of Pinochiomon. So basically based on Pinocchio, you know, the fairy tale of the puppet that moves. So I think that's a lot cooler because honestly, that's what Pinochimon is. It is a moving puppet Digimon. So it's a puppet Digimon that can move by itself. So it's really kind of based on that. Except this is Pinocchio if it's really deadly and loves gun violence, I guess. If you watch the Digimon Adventure anime, I personally found it one of the more terrifying Dark Masters. It's like its innocence at just killing is scary. It's scary and creepy to me. Like the rest are like huge destructive monsters that you know are really destructive, but this guy is like deadly, but he was like innocent about his killing, you know, like he thinks it's fun, whereas the rest are like, you know, I'm going to destroy you because I'm so powerful. So it strikes a different kind of fear. I don't know. And that's why I thought it being named Pinochimon just makes it so much more appropriate in representing the innocence in that character, and it just brings out a lot more about this Digimon than just being named Puppetmon. Because yeah, it's a puppet, but it's way more than just a puppet. But it's not being controlled by anyone, you know? It's a moving puppet that's sentient. So that's just one thing, but I can kind of understand why they might have to rename it, maybe due to copyright issues, like maybe in the places where it's being released, you know, calling it Pinochimon, you know, Disney is gonna come down on them, so maybe that's why. But it could also be related to, you know, being sensitive about actually no, not this, but the attack has been renamed as well. So you know, the Japanese attack for Pinochimon is called Bullet Hammer, but they renamed it to like Puppet Pummel. So maybe bullet is too sensitive in that cultural context, maybe, right? So anyway, let's look at his profile on Digimon.net. Puppetmon is the mega puppet Digimon made from the body of the dreaded Cherrymon. So it's kind of like canon. I really don't like this term because honestly, the way I see it, the Digimon franchise, what makes it special is that evolution lines are not linear. Okay, it's linear, but it's like it can branch, right? It can branch, you can evolve into any other Digimon. It doesn't need to be like this Digimon only can evolve into this. But there are some references where it is, I guess, I don't know, the word could be natural. Like if you take care of it well, that will be the optimal evolution branch. I guess the word is optimal, and the rest are like also evolution branches, but maybe not so optimal. So yeah, but anyway, that's a direct reference. Cherrymon, you know, evolves into Puppetmon because it's made from the body of a Cherrymon. It is widely believed that a malicious hacker created Puppetmon from Cherrymon's data. Cool. Although Puppetmon may look like a simple marionette, it has a will of its own and is fully capable of moving around by itself. That's why I think Pinochimon makes more sense. Puppetmon is a liar with a twisted personality, and whenever a computer comes up with bad information, it is usually involved somehow. So it's involved in those phishing attacks, I guess. Maybe, or like to spread misinformation, so you know, maybe it's been trying to spread false news. So its most powerful attack is the special move Puppet Pummel. Yeah, this is the one I was talking about. It's called Bullet Hammer, right? But maybe it's that gun violence sensitivity thing. So by which it loads gunpowder into its revolver-shaped hammer, then smashes foes with it. Yeah. Anything hit by this attack has to bear the brunt of not only the hammer blow, but also the explosions created by the gunpowder, meaning that most of its targets are utterly destroyed. So yeah, it is quite deadly. but it's kind of cool at the same time as well because the hammer looks like a revolver kind of shaped hammer thing. So when I first saw it, it's like, wow, I don't want to mess with this guy. Yeah. So he also has a revolver that he took out to play with Takeru. That was really scary. Yeah. But anyway, that's Puppetmon, his profile and etymology and origin of his name. Let's look at this evolution conditions, and to do that we have to go to humulus.com, a favorite website for all your evolution condition needs. I personally refer to this website a lot. Awesome stuff from this guy. But basically it has everything. It's the reason why I was able to document logs for Vital Bracelet BE, Digimon Color, Digimon Pendulum Color, you name it. If you're ever stuck trying to raise a specific Digimon, go to humulus.com, you'll be able to find your answers there. So for Puppetmon, you can evolve into Puppetmon through several paths, but for me, I went through the Cherrymon route, which means I just need to make sure that I have 1+ condition hearts as Cherrymon, not to make too many kind of mistakes, get 15+ battles and 80% win ratio, and that's it. You can also get Puppetmon through Gerbemon or Dedumon or Grand Galemon. Just need to make sure that you jaw grass with the right attribute, you should be able to still get Puppetmon. So that's it for its evolution conditions. Pretty straightforward. Since you're done with that, let's take a closer look at its sprite, shall we? Alright, let's take a closer look at Pinochimon Puppetmon sprite. Now, in terms of how it looks and nostalgia factor is a bit hard to say for me because honestly I knew he existed, and I knew sort of how he's supposed to look like because I had those Digimon cards that I mentioned, you know, those profile cards. It's not the trading card game, but this profile card that's related to the virtual pet that can collect its artwork. At the back, he will show you how the sprite looks like when it's firing a attack sprite. So I kind of know how it's supposed to look like in terms of black and white sprite, but we have never had the chance to raise it in Pokemon. So yeah, it's a bit hard to feel nostalgic about it, but it's nice to finally be able to raise my own Pinochimon or Puppetmon now that I'm able to, and this time you see it in color. So it's really cool. I think it's cool. It doesn't fully represent the artwork, obviously, because you don't see like the huge cross that it carries on the back, and definitely don't see any hammer, but it does represent a puppet, so it does do its job in representing a puppet, and it's a little puppet boy you can see here, and it does have a little bit more of a Christmassy feeling to it. I don't know why. So that is Puppetmon's idling animation when it's moving around the screen. Let's see its feeding animation. We can give it a piece of meat. Yeah, you're happy to eat your meat. Yum yum, instead of protein pure. One more says no. This is how Puppetmon says no. It looks like it's throwing a tantrum. That looks cute. You're throwing a tantrum, Puppetmon. Let's train it. So nice to see that training icon. There we go. Mega hit just looks super cool. By the way, did I comment it? I can't remember if I mentioned it, but that mega hit screen back then in the 1990s when we had like version 1, 2, 3, 4, that mega hit screen from version 4 was one of the coolest ones. Like their mega hit, Nature Spirits didn't even have any mega hit screen, and then Deep Savers had this mega hit screen, but it looks cool but not as cool. Then there's version 3, Nightmare Soldier's mega hit screen, which also looks quite nice, but this mega hit screen just like, it looks amazing. Anyway, that's its happy animation and training animation. Let's see its angry animation. Wow, even when you don't shake, you get a super hit right off the bat. Alright, that's its angry animation. Looks like he's still throwing a tantrum. Alright, let's do some battles, and since we are able to, let's do stage 4. I haven't really been clearing these quests anyway. High time to do it. It's against Woodmon. Woodmon, hey, you evolve to Cherrymon and then Pinochimon. So, nice to be fighting against the very same wood, right? If Cherrymon evolved from Woodmon and Puppetmon is made of Cherrymon, then technically they are related. Alright, it's a happy animation. Oh, Vidramon! This is a bit of a spoiler. I've been looking forward to raising this Digimon the most. That's one of my favorite Digimon lines, the Vidramon line. Oh, it's so cool to see him. And we're able to defeat Vidramon. Oh, look at his attack. Oh, this is such a spoiler. I've been trying to avoid spoiling myself. I want to see how cool Vidramon looks. Oh, this looks so cool. Alright, we will talk more about it when we finally raise Vidramon, yeah, but there's so much I feel about Vidramon. So much. Oh, it's so powerful. It's Mega against Champion, and we might be losing this match. Oh, of course, and if there's any champion will lose, it will be to Vidramon. Oh, this is crazy. We just lost. We just lost to a Mega level, just lost to a champion. That is crazy stuff. Anyway, let's jump ahead to see it against the Evening Sky. Oh, that's crazy. But to be fair, it's virus against vaccine, so there's an attribute advantage, but still it's Mega against champion level. It looks nice against the Evening Sky. It really pops, right, because of the color. Doesn't exactly like just blend into it. Let's see sleeping animation. Sleeps at 11, if I remember correctly. That looks cute. I would consider that slightly different. You know, it's seated by in a strange manner, so unusual. Not just the typical like eyes closed and lying down or sleeping, but you know, when it's seated, it's that very typical look. This has this sleeping. He's sitting down in a split. Maybe because it's a puppet, right? It can just flexibly sit down. I guess that's the way I look at it. Anyway, that's his sleeping animation, and that's it for Puppetmon or Pinochimon's log for today. If you haven't already, please go ahead and blast the like and subscribe button with Puppet Pummel and turn on all notifications so you don't miss any of my uploads. I document every Digimon that I raise, and I have playlists for Vital Base PE, Digimon Color, Digimon Pendulum Color, and Digivice Color Evolution as well. So if you are interested, please check out those playlists. Otherwise, thank you for watching. See you in the next video. Bye!